African time is a term often used, sometimes humorously or critically, to describe a perceived tendency for events, meetings, or gatherings in African settings to start later than the scheduled time. It reflects a more flexible approach to time, often influenced by cultural, social, and logistical factors. While the term can sometimes have negative connotations, it's worth noting that this relaxed approach to punctuality often stems from the value placed on relationships and communities, where human interaction is prioritized over rigid schedules. Let's look into the historical and the cultural dimensions of African time. Traditional African cultures often view time not as linear progression but as event-based. For example, a meeting or event begins when everyone arrives rather than at the predetermined time. This perspective values the importance of readiness and participation over strict punctuality. African societies historically place a strong emphasis on relationship and communal living. Being present for someone in need or ensuring every group member is ready often takes precedence over meeting a rigid schedule. In time past, many African belief systems link time to spiritual world, ancestors, and nature. Time is cyclical and connected to life rhythms such as planting seasons, rainfall, and celestial events rather than mechanical clock. European colonizers introduced Western notions of time as linear and segmented in hours, minutes, strict schedules, etc. This conflicted with African practices and often served as a tool of control in colonial labor systems, education, and governance. Africans resisted this rigid structure by maintaining their cultural flexibility. However, post-independence, many African nations adopted Western time system for global integration after creating tensions between traditional practices and modern demands. In globalized context, African time can lead to challenges in business, in diplomacy, and international relations, where punctuality is highly valued. Efforts to overcome these perceptions have led to the campaigns promoting punctuality in several African countries. Recently, there has been a push to redefine African time positively, emphasizing flexibility, adaptability, and relational priorities. Movements like African Rising encourage balancing cultural authenticity with global standards. Countries like Rwanda, Ethiopia emphasize strict timekeeping as part of national development. Cultural events such as African Festival blend traditional rhythms with structural programming to appeal to both local and international audiences. Embracing African time within its cultural context helps bridge understanding between African and non-African societies, fostering mutual respect. African leaders, businesses, and communities are finding ways to honor traditional practices while adapting to global norms, such as incorporating time management, training into education, and workplace systems. For instance, in your business, you could integrate a mix of strict timing for professional aspects, but allow flexibility in community-centered gatherings to respect communal norms. African time is traditional to Africa. Global time is mechanical in nature. Africans are naturally endowed, which might not be mechanical, but when we make a mix of the blending of our natural abilities with mechanical structures, we can balance life while integrating into other communities and cultures. Thank you for listening. If you find this thought-provoking, you can comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Have a good day.